Shalom. We are preparing for a double Torah portion, Parashah Shoftim and Ki Tizeh. Shoftim is about judges. I want to elaborate a bit on that. I've started to review the document to present tomorrow, and I've been through Shoftim this morning, and what stands out is what I did yesterday, is just zooming out. So what is Shoftim all about? What is it to do with us? Where are we within the time frame of Shoftim, or the time frame of the judges? So when you look at the book of Judges, there's a total of 12 judges who ruled over the period up to the point of King Saul, who was the first king of Israel. Now the people wanted a king, and they just saw that the pagans got a king, we need a king as well. So it's sort of a bit defensive towards Yahweh, because he is their king. But anyway, he gave them a king, which was King Saul from the tribe of Benjamin. And you know, the Benjamites, they are referred to later on as the sons of Belial, the sons of lawlessness. And King Saul, his track record didn't go well either. From the starting point of the judges, there's what I call the cycle of sin. So it goes well, Yahweh brings his people out of Egypt and all that, and then they mingle with the nations, and then they adopt some of their practices, and then it activates a curse to come upon them, and then they cry out to Yahweh to deliver them. They repent, Yahweh appoints a judge over them, and then they prosper again, and to the point where they mingle again with the pagan nations, and the cycle repeats. So this happened 12 times, and within that, not 12 times, it happened 6 times, 6 cycles, with 12 judges. Now every time Israel appointed a judge of their own choosing, it was normally a wicked judge, or an evil judge, or evil ruler. Every time Yahweh chose a judge, like Deborah, Gideon, they prospered, and Yahweh could, work with them and bring them back into the realm of being blessed and being prosperous. So, having that as our backdrop, where do you think we are in our cycle within the bigger scheme of things? Now, the 6 cycles connects to the 6th millennium, and we are on the verge of entering the 7th. And we are currently in a state where there's a very loose leadership within the body of Messiah, and we're basically in the same era as the era of the judges, where there are different leaders all over the world, different congregations, fellowships, church leaders, religious leaders, spiritual leaders, whatever you want to call them, that guide and lead Yahweh's people within the collective body of Messiah. Some of them are good, some of them are evil, and I believe we are at the point where Yahweh is allowing the enemy to oppress us. Now we're feeling that currently, and there's a lot of people who are starting to cry out to Yahweh, who are starting to repent from the evil doing, and they see that they have intermingled with the ways of the world, the ways of the nations, which are full of idolatry and idol worship. And they are slowly repenting, and they are crying out to Yahweh. So Yahweh is at the point of assigning or appointing judges as we move to the next phase. Now, there will be judges up to the point of when the king will come. Now, David was the successor of Saul. In the same way, Mashiach will be the successor of this evil kingdom that we're currently being ruled under. And up to the point of the kingdom being established, we will be ruled by judges. When will that happen? In the 8th millennium, the new city will come down, the king will rule over his kingdom, which is King Mashiach, Yeshua. And during the 7th millennium, as well as from the point that we are in, we will be ruled by judges. But Yahweh is at the point of appointing righteous judges, because the people are repenting. We're all under the burden of this evil rulership of the nations, which is a curse that came upon Yahweh's people because they've neglected Him. They forgot who Yahweh their Elohim. So who will be those appointed righteous judges? Now we're going to look at that in depth in this parasha, and there are attributes that will stand out to differentiate between the two camps. The camps of the righteous judges, or the good shepherds, and the camps of the evil judges and the wicked leaders. And you need to know and discern which judge or which leader you need to follow in order to be lifted out of this place of curse and defilement and neglect and decay, up to a point of blessing and prosperity. So, and there's also another thing to note is that the judges that will be appointed will come from the members within the body of Mashiach. Those who tremble at the word, those who take Yahweh's Torah serious, and also engage with His Moedim. So that's all I have for today. We're going to go into more detail tomorrow when we discuss this double Torah portion. And I hope you have a lovely day. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Shalom.